The issue to me is that he has presented the choice as being either a sort of total U.S. commitment of troops into an active fight or the total withdrawal. And I believe, and I think it's been shown by other policy advisors, that there were other options.
What were other options?
The other options were to have a conditions-based withdrawal in which the timeline of our eventual, taking out troops would be based on reciprocal actions by the Taliban and some kind of advanced negotiation in Doha or elsewhere that would have allowed for a truly inclusive government.
So what can the United States and its allies do to protect the girls and women of Afghanistan?
I think it's about the whole world. The United States and its allies had a certain role, and that role is over. At this point, it's about, the UN Security Council, for example, and the fact that everybody should be thinking about Afghanistan as people, not a geostrategic chess piece. And the world has a moral obligation to these people. First and foremost, some of them are facing imminent starvation. So the first thing that the international community must do is get the Taliban to open Afghanistan's borders and allow a free and protected flow of humanitarian assistance in and of people out. The freedom of movement is an absolute right.
What about the economic and security challenges, Annie? Of course, you mentioned the humanitarian challenges.
Yes, Afghanistan is facing, how many crises on top of each other? There's drought, there's COVID, there's internal displacement, the hundreds of thousands of people who have fled the fighting. And at this point, there's also a currency crisis, which has been caused by this abrupt change of government. And the Taliban has to decide if they want to be a part of the world community, which frankly includes access to the banking system. And to do that, they're going to have to understand the obligations on them as the current authorities to uphold Afghanistan's human rights obligations.
How do you think history will judge the 20-year war, the U.S. mission in Afghanistan?
Well, I think history will be unkind about how it ended. And I think history will also judge the role of the players in the region, whether they were part of the constructive effort to, to have Afghanistan's economy and people develop to their fullest potential. I think that record is very big.